me say that the six sixes that I hit wasn't really predicted. I was never went out there with any anticipation of hitting six sixes. It's only when it got to the last one, I decided I am too close now. I have to hit this last ball for six. And I know that Malcolm Nash, who was bowling to me, he was going to try to change that. I knew that even the day before he bowled the ball. And that is exactly what he did. So it just opened up the gap. But six sixes, I never really read into it.
Right excellent to Garfield Sobers, Lady Jackie White, President of the Barbados Museum and Historical Society, Sir Trevor Carmichael, officials, specially invited guests, my very good friend Smokey Burke, so good to see you, and everyone here, a pleasant good evening. My name is Barry Wilkinson and I'm very happy to be here at the Barbados Museum and Historical Society for what is a night with one of the not only sons of the soil, but one of the most great cricketers that the world has ever seen, if not the greatest, in our presence, the right excellent Sir Garfield Sobers. Sir Garfield Sobers is what you would call not only a genius in his own right, but someone who we are happy to have as the only living national hero. That's not a mean feat for someone like Sir Gary. That's not a mean feat for someone like Sir Gary, who came from very humble beginnings to start his career as a young cricketer. Many said he was even a better footballer when he first started. But such was the genius of this man that he perhaps chose which sport he was going to be great at. He chose cricket. And he became the greatest at cricket. But who knows? This could have been another Pelé that we're seeing. So to have him here sitting, to have him in our presence, we are indeed extremely grateful, and we want to thank you for taking the time to come and taking the time to be with us as we hear from the right excellent Sir Garfield Sobers in a special evening with Sir Garfield Sobers. Sir Gary, first of all, you grew up just a stone's throw away from here in a town, a community called the Bayland in St. Michael. Tell me about, first of all, those days as a little boy running around the bay pasture, and what was it like growing up in the Bayland?
Thank you, Bert. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is wonderful to be here this evening. I will try to do my best to fulfill what Barry thinks of me and to try to entertain you as much as I can. Now that question that has just been asked is a question that goes back so far, I can't even remember how I started playing cricket. But the difference, Barry has mentioned about soccer, which I played and enjoyed very much, because most Barbadians, or even most West Indians, have always enjoyed soccer more than cricket, because even at school, when you were going to school, you wanted to play soccer because you had this idea that if you played cricket, you could feel all day, then you could go on bat and get out first ball. Where with soccer, they always used to say, if I'm out there, even if I don't get a kick, somebody might kick me. But the question, Barry, again, let me hear that question. The shorter version of it.
Yeah, what was it like growing up just a stone's throw
See,
from
I
the
forget
Bayland?
this because when I grew up in the Bayland, it was like a place with a big family. My mother had 6 of us, well 7 of us. My father was a seaman who went to sea, got torpedoed very early in his life. He died when I was 5 years, and the eldest of my family was 11. So, I wonder if that's my phone. Oh.
One of his very many fans calling.
And And in those days, you know, you were behind the doors, and if your father knew you were out, he would come and spank you or something like it, and you used to sit down, because he worked in what they call the lady boats. He used to work on those boats, and every time